Alright, today we're having the final part of this lot. I didn't speed build portions because I don't just have the time to do a speed build. Yeah, I'm very glad this is over just because I realized how obviously limited we are with base game and how repetitive this build has gotten simply because of the lack of artwork. But I think I did decent as making them a bit different. Obviously the color choice is different, but I also with different styles. Like the first home, I can't remember exactly what kind of style I went for. I know I went for a family home, but the style I would describe it as, I really don't recall what it was. But obviously the second home, I can see it. It is done in a more of a darker aesthetic, and not even that dark, but it is a darker tone or warmer woods as well. Over this one, I went for, I definitely wanted to give that like grandparents' house with that mixed match of furniture and patterns. So that's kind of the theme I went with for that. And yeah, this one also has a little outdoor patio you can see there. I thought like a little nice addition to add just because I did see this reference image over on Pinterest. I will pop up the image right here so you guys have obviously can see what the reference was. I think I did pretty good at copying it. Obviously sometimes copying things into the Sims is a challenge, but I think I did pretty good with this. I do like the look of it. I mean, I don't think I've ever would have thought to do a little patio, little section there. I was going to do like some seating, but it's only 2 tiles wide, and I also did planters, so I'm not sure like if it would interrupt with the Sims, like how much they can do. I did put an easel out there. Again, I'll have to player test everything to make sure it is all usable. But yeah, as you saw in the reference image earlier, the color palette was orange and that green tone. We do have the green, which you'll see later when I'm choosing the foundation, but actually not orange tone, that yellowy beige tone, but there's an orange door. I wish we really had a door that looked kind of like as like that kind of shade of like a peachy orange kind of tone. And here this green, while it is the closest to the reference image, I really couldn't see it working. It stood out too much and I couldn't really make it work. I also took out this debug brick wall just because as you see in the other like garden or little area that there's that wall. Still want to connect that or make it or carry that over rather. And yeah, just because I'm pretty sure this is the biggest, not the houses, like I don't really know how much like spacing I gave the house because I do try to be fair when I'm marking out the size of the homes. Obviously they're gonna be different. I believe I was able to get 2 rooms in every home. I'm pretty sure. Again, I can't recall what the first one looks like, but I'm pretty sure I was able to get all with 2 beds. And at least obviously 1 bath. But yeah, this one here I did 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. I just did a main bedroom for the lady living here or whoever you choose to live here. But one I did with in mind having a main bedroom, bath, and a guest bedroom. I also did this different, the layout. I know I've been mentioning in my other videos I wanted to do it as I've seen like real floor plans have with the kitchen and bathroom in the back of the house. So I was able to do that with this one, so that I'm very happy with that I was able to get that. Also windows, you're gonna see me try something new pretty soon. It is different, definitely, and weird, but I definitely wanted to give a little interest to the build just because obviously base game you have, want to make things interesting. So I did a makeshift or is it not blinds, what do you call those like folds? I'm blanking on that. Those shutters. Yeah, shutters, because we don't have shutters in base game. I believe we have them in the horse ranch pack. Yeah, I believe that's the pack, or the only pack we have it in. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So I saw this window here and I was like, oh, that obviously looks like a shutter. So I decided to use it. I was like, oh, I love the look of it. But one thing I didn't take into consideration is when you look on the inside, you're obviously going to see the window um, frame. So that was something I had to obviously. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of it because I don't want you to, have that look. But I ended up doing the shutters in inside and outside, so it looks like there's shutters on both sides of the home. So yeah, I ended up changing that. I also lifted the windows up as well, just because they were too low. I didn't realize they were so low until I went inside and started trying to do the obviously putting items down. But yeah, I did change that. I also did some planters as well. I did one with purple. I just wanted to do colors that I haven't used before. Like I said, with base game, definitely want to use as much stuff as I could. Um, but yeah, I think I really do love the look of it. And I really love, especially exteriorly. I do love the look. I would definitely. It feels like very Louisiana, kind of New Orleans shotgun home to me. I mean, all of them are in that style, but it just really gives the look. And really, I don't know. This is my really favorite home. I don't know about the interiors because it is a bit like that's the thing with interiors. At least with this one especially. Also, that tile I changed out, but for this interior, it wasn't. It's not really a style. Obviously, I feel like how when I say artists have that. What is it called when you have you draw in the same face, and is that same face? What they call it? Face, not face blindness, but if you know what I'm referring to. So obviously, I'm saying this build is gonna have things that I do that are obviously have my touch on them, but somehow this home doesn't feel like something I would decorate, even though it very much does. Because I'm like, as I was looking through the other homes, I was seeing how I really went with wall decorations and just wall art, just littered the walls with art. Like I did walled art displays in all the homes, so that was definitely something. I think mostly because I did do medium walls, so I definitely wanted to take up wall space. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I think if you guys do build in The Sims as well, you know how it is too. Sometimes you want to build stuff obviously in your taste, but I think it's very fun to try a style that you're not really fond of, just to get like a little. It also helps with kind of realism. Oh, as realistic as Sims can be, but yeah, it's definitely fun. Also here, I was thinking of putting the entire front of sidewalk just to carry the sidewalk that is obviously there, but it just felt too much. Like it just seemed too gray. So here I am trying to break it up with adding some more little areas for greenery to come through, just because that definitely helps break up all that gray we're getting. But yeah, also here I'm really I was worried about losing all the stuff. I think that's just like a fear that's not gonna go away with playing The Sims and building in it, is being worried that you has to build all this again. But that's only happened to me once. I lost a build once, and luckily with the recording I was able to go back and I was just watching my recording like if it was a tutorial. So I was really trying to build back. Also, one thing about base game, if there's gonna be an update anytime soon, I would love some new lighting because the lighting we have, as you see there, we don't even have 2 full rows of lights. And for a game that's, how old is it now? Is it 12 years already? I think it came out in 2014 if I'm mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because this is the first game that I actually went in store to buy. I still have the DVD case for The Sims 4 and the receipt. I mean, the receipt is already kind of faded, but yeah, 2014 already. But yeah, hopefully now just talk about the EA deal. I really, want for, good things to happen, but I'll have to see, because this is such a fun game and such a long lasting, long lasting, but what is the word I'm looking for? The Sims just have been going on for years now. And yeah, I mean, this is like the longest game I've played. Yeah, I believe so, because I haven't played, I played Minecraft for years since it came out, but I haven't played as much, really. But Yeah, The Sims definitely fun. I know a lot of people are now the hype with is what is it, Tomodachi Life? I can't believe I don't know the actual name of the game. I've seen it everywhere on my feed, but I cannot think of the name. I don't know what kind of games I was like, because I'm usually more of like a cozy gamer, especially with The Sims. Like, it's definitely in the cozy game, um, life simulation, I guess, um, category of games. For some reason, like the Tomodachi Life doesn't really catch my attention. I don't know. I mean, it seems fun. Like, I like seeing what people are doing with all these characters. At least on my feed, I'm seeing a lot of people do anime characters. That's just like more my feed is at. But well, obviously people creating the memes of themselves. But yeah, what are they called? Are they called memes like in the Wii game? Because I've seen people refer to it as that. But I don't know if that's actually how they're called. But if you guys are playing the game, I'm curious. How do you guys? Is it fun? Like, what do you recommend? Because I do have the Nintendo. Well, I don't have the Nintendo Switch. My brother got one, and he lets me use it sometimes. Um, but the only game well, at least the only game he has that I'm aware of, is some Pokemon game, and then Mario Kart. I feel like oddly enough, while I play these like cozy games, racing games, I don't know what they have on me because I love playing racing games. Um, I don't know. I just feel like maybe because I was like one of the few games I was actually good at, and not to be like a. Well, I mean that probably comes from my perfectionism. Is that like I want to, that I've seen. There's definitely memes about it, but like when you try a new hobby, you're not as good as someone who started it, who's been doing it all their life. Like that's how I was as a kid. Even now, I still struggle with that today. But yeah, I really do struggle with that. I mean, but then also at the same time, I love trying new things in hobbies. So I don't know how that works. How that's definitely contradicting. But yeah, if you have any Nintendo Switch games, please recommend because I definitely want to get into something. But I don't know what. I'm not exactly sure. There's no Stardew Valley. I see some people play it, but I'm not exactly sure what kind of stuff I like, which is weird to say. Because here I am playing The Sims, which is a game. You obviously will think I would be more, but I'm someone who I guess who sticks to what they like and what they know. So basically what I do without realizing. But yeah. What else was I gonna say? I don't recall. Oh yeah, the roofing here. Might as well talk about it. I wasn't sure exactly how to do it because I know that was obviously the detail in the reference photo, but I wasn't sure how to go with like scaling in terms, so that was definitely a workaround. Here's the kitchen. I was really deciding. I don't know. I just felt like I said, this style. I hope it feels cohesive because that's like my main. I guess that's my main concern when it comes to this build, is that it feels cohesive. Just because I don't know what it is about it. I mean, now looking at it, I definitely seeing it work. But also the shutters. This is how the shutters look like in the inside. I just copied it over because you would see the empty frames, but it does not really look. I mean, I could have kept it, but definitely would have been odd. But yeah. Also, the one thing about the curtains that is weird is that, well, at least not in these windows, but the other windows, because you know how curtains obviously have that snap point, and on the snap point, it is like above the window frame instead of being directly on it. I'm not sure if that's like an issue because of the medium walls I'm using. Again, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, there's that issue. I mean, unless it could be a bug, because I know obviously The Sims there are many bugs, so it could just be that. I honestly didn't even check if that was a thing. But yeah, again, not again, because I'm just saying the new point right now. Here I'm doing this little decorative piece there with the postcard just because I wasn't sure exactly what to decorate this Sim house and what style to do it. But weirdly enough, I was in the debug category and I saw these, I believe they're paper mache birds, and I based this entire home around that. So I wanted to get like maybe they're a bird watcher, but definitely try to put in some bird things. I put in like some ducks and chicken decorative pieces. Also that travel piece, I figured maybe that's the spots, or the postcard at least. Those are the spots that they went to go sightseeing and stuff like that. I don't know, that was just oddly my way of, not oddly my way of, but oddly the direction I was taking. Also, I liked this table here. While the wood, now I'm looking at the wood, I mean, it fit perfectly fine, but for some reason I wanted this table here. But then I thought the white was too much, so I switched it here to this black. But now I'm looking at it, the white is fine. But again, I was trying to get that not mix match, but you know, this house, I wanted to feel like, you know, like I said earlier, grandparents' home. Looks like they kept stuff that they've collected over the years, and is more not really for decorative purposes, but more of, I guess, not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like put together based off of, like, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. Like just having things that, taking care of the things you have and making them last kind of a feel to it. So I definitely wanted that. And yeah, I think I did decent. I mean, again, here's the curtains here. I put these curtains everywhere, and I usually don't do that just because, like, it's kind of not realistic to have this thing. I mean, it is realistic to have the same curtains in your home, but that's more, I feel like, for blinds. I don't know, for actual curtains, I feel like it's a bit odd. But I use the same curtain, these brown with the beige stripes for, I think, the majority of the home, besides that, like, small curtains I use for the kitchen windows. But yeah, I definitely repeated it. I think I don't know why I said definitely like that. Something happened. But I switched the swatch in one room. But yeah, I just kept it going. I mean, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But yeah, here, this wall here, I was struggling to get, because I saw that frame, like, oh, that's like birds, you know. Again, with the sightseeing kind of thing I was kind of going for. But we don't have as many bird things as I thought. I mean, here we have that rooster, but not many bird items. So then I was like, might as well have random decorative pieces. It doesn't have to be bird related. But yeah, definitely, again, I don't know what it is about having these wall displays of art, but yeah, that was definitely what I was doing a lot in these homes. But yeah, I think I actually showed how I furnished all of this build. I usually do like build on my own, then I pre-recorded, but I showed everything, including the bathroom, which is definitely new for me. But yeah, the more I'm looking at, the more I realize I do actually like this home. Again, I have to make sure everything is player tested, because there are some things I did that I'm like, I don't really know if that's gonna work, but yeah. And on this, like here, this little, what is it, island, I was really trying to get a picture. I feel like that would be a nice place for a picture, but I ended up putting, and I don't think I showed that, but I ended up putting just a sunflower vase, or vase of sunflowers, and a fishbowl. Very random, but yeah, I don't know why I felt like, again, trying to add activities for a base game, you definitely want things to, oh, these are the paper mache birds. I set these down first just because, like, I'm gonna have, that's the direction for some reason I want to take. And oddly enough, I feel like living rooms for me generally they come together pretty easily, but this one was very, I don't know, I was really struggling with this. I'm not sure, like, the layout of the living room is not weird at all. And it's very, easy to work with, but I'm not sure if it was the color palette or the lighting, because here the lighting is a bit, like, it's not that dark, but it definitely doesn't feel as lively as it can be. So I ended up adding some sconces. And yeah, I mean, that definitely helped because I wasn't sure. It also moved around. I'm not sure if I did that on camera, because I later decided that I feel like a desk will be needed or be a good addition. So I added a desk right along the wall where that longer couch is, and just switched the longer couch with the smaller couches, just swap positions there so the desk can fit. But I'm very happy with that. And again, I still haven't done my tool mod. That's why I was like, I wish I should be getting that back, because I really am needing it, and I didn't expect to be needing it this much. But yeah, also I was like, I'm pretty sure just did bookshelf rather, and the TV. Again, very simple. But yeah, I feel like the more I look at this build, I know I said that it doesn't really make sense. Also, I wanted to get all 4 birds here, but I just ended up getting rid of a seagull because we're not really near the beach. I figured might as well. If we're gonna get rid of one, it's gotta be the seagull. It's like a dove. I'm not even gonna try to name the birds. I don't really know the birds, but yeah, I really don't know anything. Oh yeah, here are the sconces I added, and that just makes it. Yeah, that was like that's what I think I needed in this build just to really brighten up the place. Again, adding lots of plants in here, but this time instead of like more greenery, I went with more flowers, which is a different take. Oh yeah, this mirror here. This is what I originally did instead of the desk, but if you saw there in the wall, the railing is like cutting through, and I was really trying to hide that. So I was like, a desk would be the perfect way to hide it. Also added some. I'm also loving this. I really don't do this as like a front door kind of place, like to hang up your jacket and stuff. Obviously more like of a closet look, but lately I've been loving it. I don't know why. Now I'm thinking about it for a quick second. This shot here reminds me of Up, the movie Up. I don't know, maybe the color palette and the wallpaper and all of it. But yeah, yeah. Sorry, I kept thinking. Now I was thinking about Up for some reason, but maybe that's the kind of the vibe I'm going for. I mean, I could definitely see this be obviously not looking exactly like the house in Up, but that's definitely the aesthetic I feel that it gives. Or is that just me? I think so. But yeah, here I'm playing with again, trying to make it switching to night just so I can see exactly where a light fixture is needed because it was, and I feel like that definitely was the issue. Definitely feels more brighter and less like an abandoned house, basically. And yeah, here I am now with the main bedroom, at least in my mind. I mean, really up to you, obviously, guys. Gonna download this, or when you, if you download it, you're gonna go your own thing. But I made this in mine, like I said, main bedroom, very simple, and then that sunflower bed. I don't know, it just feels like a more of a guest bedroom kind of bedding than a main bedroom. I don't know, that's just like a weird, like my assumption, but yeah, I don't know why I put that. Then here I was like gonna put a mirror, and then I realized I have a mirror right there. Obviously not gonna be a good idea. But then I did some shelving again, trying to add some more little pieces of, you know, like I said, decoration. That's basically what I feel like, especially if you build and with only base game, decoration is your biggest friend, which is gonna be your biggest friend with every other type of, like, with building everything else, but in particular base game, you really definitely need to have something interesting going on because it gets very repetitive. And even though obviously you're limited, nothing's gonna look the same even if you use the same things. Like I've used that particular paint that I did in the living room, that big square one with I believe it's a flower on it, and that gold bronzy frame. Like that one, I was gonna curse. I still don't know if cursing is allowed on YouTube. I assume so. I mean, I don't make videos for kids, so I was like, probably, but yeah. Also, this bedroom, I wasn't sure how to break up the, like, what kind of wood is this? Like, sandy kind of wood. I was trying to break it up because obviously the yellow is very, you know, gotta let it have its moment. But I was like, is it too? So then I tried to do this brown frame. I think that's worked. Also because the wood is brown too, and then there's brown carpet. I don't know why I was so weird about having it all sandy, especially because the wallpaper is like the same color. And I guess that was probably my fear, just making it too, I guess one-dimensional in terms of coloring. But overall, I think I like the look of it. Don't know which bedroom's my favorite. Probably the other one. But yeah, very fun nonetheless. Definitely interesting. But yeah, it's definitely here. This is the light I really wanted to get in, that like green lampshade with that flowers. I don't know, ever since I saw that, I first found that out, or found that swatch in one of the earlier builds on this lot, but I was really determined to use it, but I just couldn't, you know, just didn't find it good. spot. For originally, I was gonna use it in the home that I did, the one over with the teen bedroom, because there's like a green floral kind of darker like tone. But yeah, I ended up not doing it just because I don't know, for whatever reason, just felt that it didn't fit. But one day I'm gonna use it for at least one of these builds. We have a ways to go to finish the world of, what is this world called? Willow Creek. We had a long way to go with Willow Creek. But yeah, again, here I am just finishing the bathroom, our last room for this build. And yeah, again, the bathroom, very simple. I rarely do anything interesting with bathrooms, but yeah, I just figured might as well show it, you know, do something a little different that I rarely show. Also, you can see that fishbowl I put down. Again, trying to add as much stuff as I could, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this build, and yeah, I'll leave you guys to enjoy the video tour. Sorry if I was rambling. It's been a long day and my mind is not fully here, but yeah, all in all, with all that, not all in all, with all that said, that's the saying. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. See you guys Friday and enjoy the video tour. Take care.